Welcome back to your chemistry class, students. Today we are going to discuss about same chapter 1, that is chemical reactions and equation. In our previous class also we have discussed this same chapter 1, that is chemical reactions and equations. In previous class we have discussed about types of chemical reaction. Isn't it? Types of chemical reactions. So, in our previous class we have discussed about types of chemical reaction. In the types of chemical reaction, we have discussed about two types of chemical reactions, that is combination reaction, and we have discussed about decomposition reaction. See, what is combination reaction? We have discussed about, that is A plus B gives C. This indicates that two or more reactants combine to form a single product is called combination. Two or more reactants combine to form a single product is called combination. So, next we have discussed about decomposition reaction. That decomposition reaction is opposite to that of combination. How it is opposite to that of combination? That is, a single reactant split into form two or more. A single reactant split into form two or more products. Single reactant split into form two or more product. So, this combination reaction is opposite to that of decomposition reaction. For example, we can say this for combination. Magnesium combines with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. But here in decomposition reaction, that magnesium oxide decomposes, that is splits into magnesium and oxygen. So, see, listen here. Now consider both also it is opposite reactions. Here in combination, there is combination of two or more reactants to form a single product. Here decomposition we have discussed here in previous class, that is split into form, that is a single reactant split into form two or more product, that is called decomposition. So both also opposite reactions. Okay, and in decomposition reactions we have discussed about three types of decomposition reaction, that is decomposition reaction requires heat is called thermolytic decomposition or thermolysis. Thermolytic decomposition or thermolysis. Same like this, decomposition reaction requires light, that is in presence of sunlight, is called, that is photolytic decomposition or photolysis. Same like this, decomposition reaction requires electricity is called electrolytic decomposition, or this process considered as an electrolysis. So, we have discussed about these three types of decomposition. What is meant by thermolytic decomposition or thermolysis? That is thermolytic. Thermal means already you know this, heat. So, thermal, in presence of heat, the decomposition reactions takes place is called thermolytic decomposition or thermolysis. And what is meant by photolytic or photolysis? Photo means we know that light. So, in presence of sunlight, silver chloride decomposed to form silver and chlorine. Same like the silver bromide decomposed to form silver and bromine. In previous class we have discussed that too as the example we have discussed for photolytic decomposition or photolysis. Same like this, electrolytic decomposition or electrolysis takes place in presence of electricity. That means this decomposition reaction requires electricity to split into form two or more substance. So this type of decomposition is called electrolytic decomposition or electrolysis. So these three decomposition reactions we have discussed, and we have discussed some examples also, that is on calcium carbonate, on heating gives calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This reaction takes place in presence of heat. So this is thermolytic decomposition. Same like this, when lead nitrate heating, thermolysis. Okay, same like this we have discussed about a green salt on heating gives, that is green salt iron sulfate on heating gives to form iron oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. That example also already we have discussed, that also it is example for thermolytic decomposition or thermolysis. So on heating this lead nitrate we will get lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. This is also one of the examples for thermolytic decomposition or thermolysis. And next photolytic decomposition or photolysis, that is in presence of sunlight, silver chloride or silver bromide, in presence of sunlight it split into form silver and chlorine or silver and bromine. See, in your examination they may ask questions like this. Why the silver chloride or silver bromide we are storing in dark colored bottles? Because to avoid the reaction with the help of sunlight. Okay, so we are storing in the dark colored bottles. See, listen carefully. They may ask one question in your examination. Why this silver chloride and silver bromide we need to store in a dark colored bottle? Means because these in presence of sunlight split into form silver and chlorine. So to avoid this, to avoid sunlight, these silver chloride and silver bromide we can store in dark colored bottles. So these we know very well, silver chloride and silver bromide are used in black and white photography also, isn't it? Next, electrolytic decomposition or electrolysis takes place in presence of electricity, isn't it? That we have discussed for water in presence of electricity split into form hydrogen and oxygen. In this also we have discussed. In this reaction, water decomposes to form hydrogen and oxygen. In this, which gas will you collect double the amount? Which gas will you collect double the amount? Means how will you write? Which gas will you collect double the amount? See, on water in presence of electricity, it produces hydrogen and oxygen, isn't it? In this reaction, which gas will you collect double the amount? Means hydrogen or oxygen means hydrogen. Because in water the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1, isn't it? So 2 part of hydrogen and 1 part of oxygen. So we are collecting double the amount of hydrogen compared to oxygen. Okay. So this is also one of the example for electrolytic decomposition or electrolysis. Same like the sodium chloride in presence of electricity to form what? Sodium chloride in presence of electricity, it forms sodium and chlorine. Same like this, aluminum oxide in presence of electricity. What happens? What happens? We will get aluminum and oxygen. See, likewise, we have discussed about the decomposition reaction takes place in electricity is called, what is that? Electrical decomposition reaction or electrolysis reaction. Okay, so these decomposition reactions are both combination reactions we have discussed. Now, in this class, we are going to discuss about, that is, displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Listen carefully. See, what does mean by displacement? What does mean by displacement? See, the word itself answers the, I'll tell you why. Now, we are going to discuss about displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Generally, we have two types of displacement reactions, that is single displacement and double displacement reaction. What is meant by single displacement and what is meant by double displacement, we will discuss now. First, displacement reaction. What does displacement means? It's nothing, a more reactive element, a more reactive element, a more reactive element displace a less reactive element listen. What is mean by displacement reaction means, listen here, a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its compound or from its salt solution. For example, consider an element that gives A is an one element. It combines with one salt solution, that means it is BC, and it forms AC and B. Listen carefully. In this reaction, A it is considered as a one metal. Consider this is one metal, and it combines with BC. Consider this is salt solution. This is salt solution, and this both combine to form AC. This also a salt solution, and B it is a metal. Listen here, what happens here? What happens in this reaction means, see here, A is considered as a metal and BC is a salt solution. Both combine to form, that is AC and B. Listen carefully, what happens in this reaction means, see here, A is a metal, that is one element. Okay, here A is more reactive element. What is A here? It is more reactive element. It displays a less reactive element. Here B is a less reactive element. See, A is a more reactive element, B is a less reactive element. What happens in this reaction? This more reactive element displays the place of less reactive element from its salt solution. See here, this is more reactive element here. This more reactive element displays the place of less reactive element from its salt solution. This is called displacement reaction. Okay, so what is meant by displacement reaction? One element take the place of other element. See here, A combines with BC, isn't it? But we are getting this AC both combined and B is separated. That indicates that A is a more reactive element and B is a less reactive element. So this more reactive element displaces the place of less reactive element from its salt solution, is called displacement reaction. So to know this displacement reaction, we have to know about the reactivity series of metals. What you have to know? We have to know about the reactivity series of metals. So now we will discuss about what is meant by reactivity series of metals. Listen. See, do you know what is meant by reactivity series of metals? See, about that we will discuss detailedly in your third lesson, but just you have to know the reactivity series of metals now. See here, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, next copper, mercury, silver, gold. So after this hydrogen, listen, after this hydrogen I am writing here, that is after this hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold. Silver, gold. Listen carefully. See, this is the reactivity series of elements. First you have to know what is meant by reactivity series. The metals are arranged in the order of decreasing reactivity. The metals are arranged in the order of decreasing reactivity. This is called reactivity series of metals. Here, this potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, copper, mercury, silver, gold, all these are metals except this hydrogen, isn't it? This hydrogen is placed here to separate the least reactive elements from this metal. So, compare this hydrogen is a non-metal. Compared to this non-metal, these are less reactive. These are more reactive elements. These are more reactive elements, and in between we have moderate reactive elements. moderately reactive elements, and these copper, mercury, silver, gold, these elements are least reactive element. What are these? Least reactive elements. So copper, mercury, silver, gold. So what we have discussed in displacement reaction, that more reactive element A displace the place of less reactive element B from its salt solution, isn't it? Same like this. See, here we will discuss one example, that is reaction between iron and copper sulfate solution. What happens now? See here we have two elements, that is one is iron, another one is salt solution, that is copper sulfate solution, isn't it? This is the element, this is salt solution. So generally what will you get? We will get, that is iron combines with this copper sulfate. Here iron is more reactive than copper. How will you identify iron is more reactive than copper? See the reactivity series of metal. Where is iron? See, here is the iron. And where is copper? Here is the copper. So iron is placed before the copper, isn't it? So here iron is more reactive than copper. So this iron displaces copper from copper sulfate. So what will you get? We will get, that is iron sulfate and copper. See, in this reaction what happens when this iron nail is dipped in copper sulfate? They will ask, you have reaction for this. You have to take, suppose like this, you have to take one test tube, and in that test tube you need to add some amount of copper sulfate solution. What you need to take? That is copper sulfate solution you need to take. Do you know what's the color of copper sulfate solution? It is blue color. What's the color of copper sulfate solution? It is blue color. Okay, the color of copper sulfate solution is blue. And then see here what happens means, in this color of copper sulfate solution, if we will add one iron nail, what happens if we will add one iron nail? See, you have to add one iron nail. Listen, this is one activity. Take one test tube, and in that test tube you will take some amount of copper sulfate solution. The color of copper sulfate solution is blue color, and you will add, take one thread, and inside that you will tie one iron nail and keep it inside. Okay, so like this you will set one apparatus, and inside this iron nail reacts with this copper sulfate solution. Then what happens means, slowly the iron reacts with that copper sulfate solution, and finally the blue color copper sulfate solution changes into green color. What happens? The blue color copper sulfate solution changes into green color. Here iron acquires brownish look. What's the color of iron acquires means? Here iron acquires brownish look. So in this reaction what happens means, when this iron nail reacts with copper sulfate solution, the blue color copper sulfate solution changes into green color and iron acquires brownish look. So here why this reaction happens, what happens in this reaction means, here iron is more reactive than copper. So this iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. What happens? Here iron is more reactive than copper. See here, iron is more reactive than copper. So this iron displaces this copper from copper sulfate solution. This type of reaction is called displacement reaction. A more reactive element displaces the less reactive element from its salt solution. So in your examination they may ask the activity like this. Explain the activity between iron nail and copper sulfate solution. Means you have to take one test tube, in that you will add one iron nail, and both react to form blue color copper sulfate changes into green color, then iron acquires brownish look. This is because iron is more reactive than copper. Here iron is more reactive than copper, so iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Okay, this is the answer. So they will ask what happens when iron nail is dipped in copper sulfate solution. What happens? How do you explain your answer? When iron nail is dipped in copper sulfate solution, the blue color copper sulfate solution changes into green color and iron acquires brownish look. This is because iron is more reactive than copper. This is because iron is more reactive than copper and this is because iron is more reactive than copper. So iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. And same like this, suppose in this reaction instead of this iron, if you are taking zinc, instead of this iron if you are taking zinc, what happens? Listen, suppose instead of iron if you are taking zinc, zinc reacts with copper sulfate. What happens now? If zinc reacts with copper sulfate, see here, where zinc is more reactive than copper or less reactive than copper? It is more reactive than copper. So here also takes place, that is zinc sulfate and copper. What happens here? Here zinc is more reactive element. So this zinc displaces this copper from its salt solution. Copper from its salt solution. So here also this displacement reaction takes place. A more reactive element displaces less reactive element from its salt solution. More reactive element displaces less reactive element from its salt solution. So here zinc is more reactive element and copper is less reactive element. Okay. Suppose what happens when copper reacts with silver nitrate? What happens when copper reacts with silver nitrate? What's the reaction takes place? Tell me. What reaction takes place when copper reacts with silver nitrate? First see the activity series of metal. Where is copper? See, copper is here. And where is silver? Silver is here. See, which is more reactive element? Whether copper or silver? Silver is below this copper. So this is reactivity series of elements arranged in the decreasing activity. So decreasing activity means this is less reactive than this element. So that means copper is more reactive than silver. So this copper can displace this silver. So it found what will you get? Copper nitrate and silver. Same like this, suppose what happens, complete this equation, and what happens when silver reacts with copper sulfate solution? What happens when silver reacts with this copper sulfate solution? What's the reaction takes place? Listen here, silver is least reactive, copper is more reactive. Then what happens generally? Copper is more reactive, silver is least reactive. That means least reactive element cannot displace more reactive element. So what happens here? There is no reaction takes place. What happens here? There is no reaction takes place. But here the reaction takes place. Why? What's the reason? Because here copper is more reactive than silver. So copper can displace silver. But see here, silver is less reactive than copper. So this silver cannot displace copper from copper sulfate solution. So these types of reactions are called displacement reactions. These type of reactions are called displacement reactions. Same like this, suppose, listen, what happens when zinc reacts with sulfuric acid? What happens? Zinc is a metal, sulfuric acid is a solution. So what happens when zinc reacts with sulfuric acid? It forms zinc sulfate and release hydrogen. So what happens here? Where is zinc? Zinc is here. Hydrogen is least reactive than zinc. So this zinc can displace this hydrogen. Okay, zinc can displace this hydrogen. So these type of chemical reactions are called displacement reaction. That means a more reactive element displaces less reactive element from its salt solution. That means one element takes the place of other element from its salt solution. One element takes the place of other element. See here, we are taking zinc and copper sulfate, but we are getting zinc sulfate and copper. So one element takes the place of other element, isn't it? These type of reactions are called displacement reaction. What's the name of these type of reaction? These are called displacement reactions. Okay, otherwise it is called single displacement reactions. So this reaction takes place between one element and one salt solution. Mostly this element takes place with one element, between one element and salt solution. So this kind of reaction mostly takes place with the help of when one metal is more reactive than other metal. See, for example, all these are reactivity series of metals that is arranged in the order of decreasing order of reactivity. So potassium is more reactive, sodium also more reactive, calcium also more reactive, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, all these are arranged in the order of decreasing activity. Then see here, compared to zinc, magnesium are more reactive element. So zinc cannot displace magnesium. Same like this, compared to magnesium, sodium is more reactive. So magnesium cannot displace sodium. Like this, we need to know about the reactivity series of metals to displace one element from another. And same like this, see here, potassium, sodium and all, what is the type of elements? It is more reactive elements, isn't it? See, in your examination they may ask a question like this, why sodium metal is kept under kerosene oil? Mostly the sodium or potassium metal immersed in kerosene oil. Why? They will ask, what's the reason? Means because these elements like sodium is a more reactive element. So because of this more reactive nature, easily combines with air and moisture, and sometimes it may catch fire because of its more reactive in nature. So to avoid this, we need to kept immersed in kerosene oil. So keep this in your mind. Why metals like sodium and potassium kept immersed in kerosene oil means because these elements are more reactive elements. That is, more reactive elements immediately reacts with air and moisture and may catch fire. To avoid this, we need to keep inside the immersed in kerosene oil. Okay. So listen. Next we are going to discuss about one more types of chemical reaction, that is double displacement reaction. Now we have discussed about single displacement reaction. Next we are going to discuss about double displacement reactions. Listen. Listen. Now we are going to discuss about double displacement. Double displacement or double decomposition reaction. Double displacement or double decomposition reaction. See, we are going to discuss about double displacement or double decomposition reaction. What is meant by single displacement? That is, one element more reactive element displaced and less reactive. Here what is meant by double displacement means, that is an exchange of ions between two reactants or reactants, between reactants to form two different product. So listen. See, what is meant by double displacement or double decomposition reaction means it is nothing, an exchange of ions between two reactants to form two different products. That means exchange of ions takes place. For example, listen here, elements like AB combines with CD to form AC and BD. What happens here? Exchange of ions. See here, this A combines with this C and B combines with this D to form AC and BD. That ion exchange takes place. For example, I will tell you. Listen, when sodium sulfate, what's the formula? Na2SO4, combines with barium chloride BaCl to barium chloride. This is sodium sulfate. Then both combines together to form, what's that? What will you get? Sodium sulfate and barium chloride. So exchange of ions takes place. So how will you get? Sorry, Ad and Bc. How will you get exchange of ions? See, Na to SO4 and this sodium combines with this chlorine and this barium combines with this sulfate. And what will you get? We will get NaCl and BaSO4. Listen. Then sodium sulfate combines with barium chloride. Sodium sulfate combines with barium chloride to form sodium chloride and barium sulfate. See, in this reaction, sodium sulfate combines with barium chloride to form sodium chloride and barium sulfate. In this reaction, what happens means, here it is formed barium sulfate as a precipitate. Barium sulfate is a white precipitate. It is a white precipitate. See what happens here. See, we are taking sodium sulfate and barium chloride to salt solution. Suppose instead of salt solution, only if we are taking only salts, means the reaction do not take place. When we are mixing two salt solution, then only the reaction takes place here. So we are taking sodium sulfate solution. How will you make sodium sulfate solution? We have to dissolve sodium sulfate salt in water to make solution. Same like this, we have to prepare barium chloride solution. So barium chloride salt we need to mix in water to make a solution, and both solution when we are mixing together it forms sodium chloride as well as barium sulfate. Here we are getting barium sulfate as a white precipitate. What happens here? See, exchange of ions takes place. See, sulfate ion and chloride ion. What happens here? This sodium combines with this chloride ion, this barium combines with this sulfate ion. So, exchange of ions between two reactants to form two different products. So, this is called what means double displacement reaction. Exchange of ions between two reactants to form two different products. So, this type of reactions are called double displacement reaction. And we know that one more well-known example for this double displacement reaction, already we have discussed in characteristics of chemical reaction, that is for formation of precipitate we have discussed, that is lead nitrate, reaction between lead nitrate and potassium iodide. What happens? What is the formula for lead nitrate? PbNO3 twice, lead nitrate. And what is potassium iodide? Ki. Lead nitrate and potassium iodide, Ki. Here what happens? This lead combines with iodine and potassium combines with nitrate. So what happens? It forms lead iodide and potassium nitrate. It forms lead iodide and potassium nitrate. Here this lead iodide, it is formed as a yellow precipitate. Yellow precipitate. So see here, in this reaction we have discussed reaction between sodium sulfate and barium chloride forms white precipitate of barium sulfate. In this reaction between lead nitrate and potassium iodide forms yellow precipitate of lead iodide. So most of the double decomposition reactions are precipitation reaction. So what is that? Most of the double decomposition reactions are precipitation reaction. What is mean by precipitate? Already we have discussed precipitation reaction. See, we know very well precipitate is a solid product, that is insoluble substance present in the solution is called precipitate. So that's a chemical reaction forms when that reaction it forms a precipitate is called precipitation reactions. So these precipitation reactions generally double displacement reactions. Mostly the double displacement reactions are precipitation reactions. Most of the double displacement reaction it forms precipitate. In the sodium sulfate and barium chloride it forms white precipitate of barium sulfate. Here it forms between lead nitrate and potassium iodide. Here forms yellow So what is meant by precipitate? An insoluble substance present in a solution. So that type of reactions occurs in a reaction is called precipitation reaction. So the precipitate is formed in a reaction is called precipitation reactions. So most of the precipitation reactions are double displacement reaction. Same like this. See here. Do you know this? What is this? NaOH, it is a base. And HCl, it is an acid. Do you know the reaction between acid and base to form salt and water? What happens generally? It forms salt and water. See, this type of reactions we will call it as a neutralization reaction. About this we will discuss in your next lesson. These type of reactions are called neutralization reaction. This is one base, sodium hydroxide. This is one acid, hydrochloric acid. So the reaction between acid and base to form salt and water, these kinds of reactions are generally called neutralization reaction. See here, in this reaction also what happens? Here sodium combines with this chloride and this hydrogen combines with this hydroxide ion. So exchange of ions takes place to form sodium, chloride and water. So this neutralization reaction also one of the example for double decomposition reaction, isn't it? This neutralization reaction also one of the example of double decomposition reaction. So the sodium hydroxide is a base, hydrochloric acid is an acid, and to form salt and water. So when acid combines with base to form salt and water, these type of reactions are called neutralization reaction. This neutralization reaction also one of the double decomposed reaction. How it is possible means because during this neutralization process, see sodium and hydrogen both also exchange their ions to form salt and water. So an exchange of ions between two reactants to form two different product is called what? Double decomposition reaction or double displacement reaction. Two displacement takes place. See, two ions exchange takes place. So two forms of reactions are called double displacement or double decomposition reaction. So listen what we have discussed today. We have discussed about displacement and double displacement. That is displacement is otherwise called single displacement reaction. Only one substance can displace the position. How will you displace the one element? Whether it is more reactive element means it displaces less reactive element from its salt solution. And in double displacement, there is two displacement takes place. That is an exchange of ions takes place. Exchange of ions between two reactants to form two different products. So these type of reactions are called double displacement reaction, and most of the double displacement reactions forms precipitate. So these are called what is the precipitation reaction. So precipitation reaction is also one of the example of double displacement reaction. So what is meant by precipitate? An insoluble substance present in a solution. So the substance which forms a precipitate is called precipitation reaction. Okay. So in next class we are going to discuss about other types of chemical reaction like oxidation, reduction, redox reactions, and we will discuss one by one in our next class. Okay children. So types of chemical reaction we have discussed: combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement. Combination and decomposition reactions are opposite reactions. During combination, two or more reactants combine to form a single substance, single product. And during decomposition, a single substance split into form two or more substance. But in displacement reaction, it takes place between one element and one salt solution. A more reactive element displaces less reactive element from its salt solution. But in double displacement reaction, that is exchange of ions takes place. That means both exchange their ions. See, this also in salt solution, this also in salt solution. Both also, instead of the salt solution, if we are taking only salt, there is no reaction takes place. We are taking salt solution, both mixes together, it forms yellow precipitate here. So these type of reactions are double decomposition reactions. What's the name of the salt? It is lead nitrate. What's the name of the salt? It is lead nitrate. What is this? It is potassium iodide. It is potassium iodide. iodide, and it gives potassium nitrate. Potassium nitrate. So between these form yellow precipitate. So this is also one of the example of double decomposition reaction. So here this is sodium sulfate. What is this? This is sodium sulfate. Combines with barium chloride. Barium chloride. This is barium chloride. To form sodium chloride and barium sulfate. This barium sulfate is a white precipitate. It is a white precipitate. So this is also one of the double decomposition or double displacement reaction. Okay children. So in our next class we will discuss about oxidation and reduction reaction and redox reactions, and recall this, and we will discuss later. Thank you children.